What's going on? What's going on? It's your man Mal C 219 TV Cheese for Life, man. You know, Midwest Connected. And let's not forget, GoFundMe is not life insurance, and life insurance is a must. Real quick, man, I just want to touch on, just while we out here, everybody out here doing what they're doing, put some meat on their head. And as a father, man, my heart goes out to my man Gillies, you know what I'm saying? And Wallow, but that's his nephew, so that's like son to you, But yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Like I said, the first thing I thought about with that situation as a father, man, real quick, I was just thinking, like, it's crazy how, and when you from the streets, you know what I mean? A lot of people ain't from the streets like that. They grow up in neighborhoods. A lot of people grow up in the hood, but they ain't from the streets. There's a difference, you know what I'm saying? You could grow up in the hood, you grow up around the madness with the madness, but some people in the hood got a different set of values. Their family, parents got a different set of values that they raising them by. So, and a lot of us in the hood, even though our parents, some of us, our parents raised us with values, but, we fall in love with the other side. We run the streets, and in the streets, now it's a difference when you in them streets, you know what I mean? Because everybody know the streets play by a different set of rules. We unconditionally love the streets, and the streets don't love us back. And it's crazy. Our sons, they see us unconditionally giving this love to the streets. But it's crazy too, because it's a catch-22. Because how can you not love the thing in an environment that gave you the game, gave you your wits, gave you your know-how? You know what I mean? And what's crazy with Gilly, man, him and Wallow, they preach to the youngest. They preach to the streets. They was tapped into the little drill culture and trying to, letting them know what ain't, what shouldn't be. And it's like, these youngers now, man, they play by a different set of rules, bro. I don't know the whole story, you know what I'm saying? So, stuff alleged like everybody else, we got the news. But when they say he got shot in the back, other two dudes got shot in the leg, that right there sounded suspect to me. I'm going to just keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? And, but, it just so happened both of y'all got leg shots and he gets shot in the back. So he always saying like somebody wasn't trying to, but, to each his own, stuff gonna come out. Cause it's one of those things where, and when you trying to do something, man, and we all everybody guilty. That's why the rappers, the entertainers, everybody, that's that unconditional love for the streets, that no matter what we do, we go back. You ever saw the movie Casino? Well, old girl, my man, tried to take her from that dude. Dude would always bring her back in, the other dude. Talk her out of money, talk her out of this, no matter what she do, talk her out of doing drugs. So the girl that Robert De Niro was with, she would always go back to my man. No matter where she was at in life, De Niro giving her money, furs, he owned casinos, he running casinos, he got it on lock. You still keep going back to this bum. So it's like, that's how we are with the streets, man. It's like we do what we gotta do. We come up with the streets, we go through what we go through in the streets. But then, when it's time to really kind of leave the streets alone, we keep going back. We keep going back. We keep going back. Now we kind of, now when we going back, some people see it as showing love, some people see it as coming back, flaunting, or some people, whatever the case may be. And my thing is this too, though. When you from somewhere, they love their city. Who don't want to be able to move around in their city with money and wealth and, give back and give drives and like they about to do the Gilly Fest. You know what I'm saying? He about to have the Gilly Fest, which is a big concert next week. And man, I know it's hard as heavy, man, and that's a hard one to pull off. You gotta do, he finna turn around and have to do something for the city that just took one of the most precious things from him. Think about that. Put yourself in that man's situation, man. You gotta throw a big concert, Gilly Fest, on the next week after the same streets just took your son. And I couldn't imagine, man. I got 6 kids, man. Got 32, 20, 19, 14, and a set of twins is 9, boy, girl. Son is 14, about to be 15. The rest is daughters. You feel what I'm saying? From my oldest to my young. And it's like, I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine, parents ain't supposed to bury their kids. It is what it is. But that's why me, because with me being in the life insurance space, with all the drama, this ain't even about life insurance. See, this is a different type of insurance we got to put in our kid. Because in Gillies' case, he got the money to pay for whatever. So it ain't nothing about money in that case. You know what I'm saying? He lost the most precious thing, you know what I'm saying? Especially to a man to lose one of your boys, I'm not sure if Chèese was the oldest one or the youngest. He had two, but man, that's the biggest part of you could lose. A man losing a son. A man losing a son, let alone a child, period. But a man losing his son, and if it's your first son or your firstborn. But our boys, they watch us, man. They watch us out here. They watch how we move in these streets. They watch how we move with our friends that's in the streets. They watch how we, and I'm guilty of it too. A lot of times when I'm talking to my kids, I may use a lot of street examples or my experience or what I went through in the streets. I use it as examples to them, but they life, that ain't their life. So I'm using examples of, so they kind of don't understand it, because they like you talking about people going to jail and stuff that they ain't there yet. Because they, you hoping they don't get there, so you keep kind of trying to do scared straight, and that's to Gil and any other parent, man. Because we all done, and it's bad because I done lost cousins. My parents lost two, not to the streets, but a lot of family members that did. So when you losing kids, man, and especially to these streets, it's like you as the parent, we can only tell them so much what not to do, where to go, and it's like you can't stop them from living either, though. You can't raise your kid to be scared to walk in their world. It's like you can't be scared to roam where you from. You can't, but it's a way you have to walk in the jungle. It's a way you have to walk, And some brothers get themselves completely out of that. Some people able to get, and some of us, it's some of us, it's really, it's a cycle, man, and we stuck. Because I've seen guys get money and still stay in the hood because they don't know, that's where they comfortable at. That's where we best moving at. Even though you got money and you able to be around this type of people and that class of people and this, because it's all about classism and experiences. If you haven't had a lot of experience when you get money, so Chèese that had experiences with his pops, but I'm sure his pops didn't have plenty of experience. But when you're around those that haven't experienced things that you have, so sometimes they take your confidence as arrogance, and then in the streets, that's a bad thing, because that's a recipe for disaster, because at any given moment, somebody that's your best friend could just look at you, or you could have a good day, or you could have something go good, or you could catch a lick, and now you fool. Now you fool. You know what I'm saying? Now you fool. You know what I mean? And coming from GI and Gary, Indiana, 219, check the stats. We was murder cap, all that with New Orleans, DC, you know what I'm saying? It was 100,000, city doing it, we right by Chicago. So it goes down. It goes down. I've lost plenty, like my little brother, RIP, little bro. Same thing. Your circle. His circle. Somebody he know ended up shooting him in the head, you know what I mean? Killing his son, same house. Ain't nobody gonna kill you and your son that don't know you. Because little brother was a soldier, so they know he wasn't going. You had to catch him sleeping, But anyway, that's another story. But at the point is, it's those around you, man, and watch your circle. And when you start coming up the ladder in any type of way, I even try to tell my son, if dudes ain't on what you want, like if your man ain't with you because you want to do this or don't. I mean, I had to, when they coming up through school, I had to be in the house by 9. Hey, I got to be in the house at 9. Now, whichever one, like, you this, you that ain't my man. So if the people around you can't accept you for who you are, we have to learn to tell these kids, man, and to be honest, the hardest part about life, the hardest thing about life, that's why it's Teach for Life, man, we talk about all things life. And then y'all drop something on me that we might can share. Maybe, because we all trying to feel, they say it takes a village, you know what I mean? And we all as parents and as a father, man, and especially fathers from the streets, because a lot of us really learning how to, it's a time and place and when to lead at, where you trying to lead at, and it's like, I don't know, man, as parents and fathers, you could tell your kid where to go. But then you look back at your life. There's a lot of stuff I did my mom and parents don't know. A lot of places I went and I shouldn't have been. by the grace of God, you know, we got through those situations, and we here just making 50 years old. Let's believe that. Shout out to all my people that's on the other side. You know, making 50 years old and making that transition, it's like, yo, man, this thing is serious, man. And you really have to teach your kids how to navigate life. You know, I was teaching my son how to, because this a different generation, man. They pound town and booty hole Browns, you know what I'm saying? They want to get it stretched out. The girls hollering, they want to get it stretched out. Where they do that at? This is definitely a different era. The LV, the Lucy's. You know what I'm saying? Lucy V's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a different era. A lot of fake and synthetic drugs out here. This is a different era, man. It is what it is. This is a different era. But our era set the tone. You know, we set the tone. So we partly responsible, but I want people to understand and act like, drop something in the comments, you know, what era you from, you know, because I grew up in the 90s. Wasn't a lot of internet, but it was so a lot of killing still going on. So, you know, I just feel like these days it's just more enhanced and more on camera. But a lot of cities ain't get their reputation in the last 10 years. Philly ain't been known for doing what they do in the last 10 years. You feel me? DC ain't been known. GI ain't been known. Chicago, but you know, this been Cali, New York. It's been going on down south, parts of Atlanta. It's been going on Texas, Fifth Ward. It's been going on Michigan, Detroit. It's been going on for years, bro. Memphis, they've been killing for years and drilling for years. But these youngers that took it to this right here, this right here, I call it the $1 million box, the phones. The viral and the phones and likes, you know. Now y'all gotta watch this industry in the world, cause see, now that they done turned likes into making money, cause see, if you in tune, you know the streets ain't like they used to be, so money ain't even. I heard a young dude telling another dude the other day, ain't no money out here in the streets like that. Now when a youngin say ain't no money out here in the streets, you know what's next, right? Ain't no money in the streets, but there's money in your pocket. So now they plotting, they scheming, they robbing, they scamming. That's what they do. Younger generation, they scamming, they the microwave generation, they got to have it quick. They got to have it quick. And the only way you can get something quick is take it. Anything you working for takes time. Anything you working for takes time. You gonna have loss. If you gonna take chances, some of us, you know, I'm a chance taker myself, you know what I'm saying? So some of us, we get out there and we take chances, man, you know what I'm saying? And we take chances and we take losses, but sometimes losses make bosses, you know, and sometimes your biggest loss is your biggest gain. You know, shout to cuz JD, he told me that when we was 16, 17, we first jumped off the porch. But anyway, it's like, so all my fathers out there, man, shout to Gillies, man, hold your head, man. I know I can't, there's only so much of that I can say, but, you know, GI 219 TV, Midwest Connected Media, man, but Cheeks for life. I feel I'm with, you know what I mean? I know he want to kill everything moving in Philly right now. What? I mean, is he wrong for wanting answers, man? But, man, it's you know, let me know what y'all think about that, man. I don't this generation and our generation, it's a bridge that has to be, you know, just like with the girl that got caught up with the line. The girl that got caught lying. Allegedly. Now, I ain't gonna say she lied. Carlee, the kid, she got kidnapped, saw the toddler on the street. You know what I'm saying? She saw the toddler on the street, and when she saw the toddler on the street, she stopped to go get the toddler, bluesy blue, wisey wide. Picked it up, somebody heard screaming, right? And she dropped her. The police came and they found her wig and her phone in the street. So they found her wig and her phone in the street. So now, that's when I believe the story. I'm like, if a black woman didn't left a wig and the phone, something happened. Oh yeah, somebody snatched her up. She went with a fight. Now to come to find, here she appears a week later. The police think, you know, the black people jumped on it. And man, I'm gonna do a video, we gonna react to Dr. Umar. He jumped out the window. See, this is why our black leaders don't, you got to fight. Pick your fights wisely. Now, sometimes we got to sit back and, so now I understand, they say it's a black woman, they weren't looking for her like they should. So, all right, I get that. But sometimes you got to sit back and look now. Boom, she pops up a week later, roaming the streets, eating on some Cheetos or something. Hey, whoever I guess they just let her go. So now the police like, hold on now, you making us look bad saying we know this Alabama down south, so you know they finna go out their way to prove this ninja line. That's what they do. That's why we don't mess with them. So they gonna go out their way to prove them, which they did. They searched her phones. That's why I say these phones. Go back to the phones. They searched her phone and went to her recent Google searches. So look at what you're searching on something. Tip for you. If you're trying to kill somebody, use somebody else's phone for the search. But anyway, they checked her Google searches. She had a search for how to steal something out of cash register without getting caught. She Googled the movie Taken, which is a kidnap movie about, Then she Googled something else with like bus tickets, getting it from Alabama to something. Now they say 1 step forward, 2 steps back. She took a little moonwalk. She made us take a moonwalk, ladies and gentlemen. Drop something in the comments how many steps back Miss Carlee just took us with that one. Because now they like, yo, if this was the last thing she was searching on the phone and she pops up all of a sudden, see, she probably was thinking they ain't nobody gonna look for me when it start getting worldwide, like, oh, this is going too far. Or she might have been calling somebody like, yo, say you found me, get the reward money. But anyway, y'all drop something in the comments, man. Let me know what you think, man. But R.I.P. to Gillies' son, Chèese, man, and all my fathers out there, man. Hold your boys tight, man. We got to teach them a new way. We got to teach them how to embrace the streets differently, man. I mean, we all got love for the streets. But love is blind, baby. And that love we got for the streets, sometimes we can't see the snakes that's still out there in the grass. You feel me? And the streets just like a woman, man. They gonna have they good and they bad, and even though you love them, sometimes they might have their bad ways. But sometimes you got to get away. You got to get away. You got to get away. So now for this, hey man, we gonna stay in these YouTube streets though. Y'all stay in these YouTube streets. Y'all push the message, man. Y'all support Gillies, support Wallow. You know what I'm saying? Support his movement. You know what I'm saying? All the artists and entertainers, y'all support Gilly Fest, because the man gonna have to stand strong. Because the unfortunate thing with life, especially when you got other kids, you can't really break down. That's the hard thing, when you can't really, because you got other kids. So when you got multiple kids, now you got to stay strong. So, man, heavy is the head that wear the crown, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think. All my fathers and mothers and single parents and my parents out there with kids out here in these streets, hold them tight and give them the game right. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them nothing that if they going to be out there, keep it real with them. I keep it realer than a $2 bill with them. Like, yo, you don't know, this could be your man today. He be trying to blow your brains out tomorrow. Cause that jealousy, and even it was all written now. Don't get it twisted. I ain't the most religious, but it was in the Bible. So it was in the Bible. Cain and Abel, brothers taking each other out. Look at history, over history and time. Family has been, and people close to these people have been the biggest demise of most people, of mankind, of races. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Drop something in the comments, man. It's Chèese for Life, Midwest Connected, and understand. GoFundMe is not life insurance. Plan for your situation for any only demise. If you're not in a situation, or not blessed to be in a situation where if something do happen, money ain't a thing, make sure you get that taken care of so you and your family can at least grieve in peace. You know what I'm saying? And we got to do better in these streets, man. Y'all youngers, y'all got to fight another way. OGs got to step back up. Chèese for Life 219 TV, man. We out.